Okay, continue. B. Let me see how much is. Maybe we're going to finish with Hashem. B. A wine before meal, exempt wine used during the meal. Okay. Wine which is served during the course of the meal requires Borei Hagafen. F. Okay. As it is not covered by Brachot on the bread. So we said it before, right? That's what we said in the beginning. So if we went, we're not talking about Shabbos, right? Shabbos is understandable. You need to make a kiddush. But for example, you eat Seuda Shlishi, right? The third meal. And now you decided to have a little wine, or a lot of wine, whatever you decided to have wine. So on this wine, you have to make separate blessing. It was not covered by bread. When one makes Brachot on wine before the meal and has intention to include a wine that which be served during the meal, the second Brachot during the meal is not required. Commentary. With regard to specific intention for covering other items, see chapter 7. Okay. I'm not sure what chapter we are on. Oh, chapter 6. Sorry. Chapter 6. Okay. So basically, what it says here. 1 second. So when one makes blessing on the wine, let's say this, even kiddush, even other situation, before the meal, with intention that he's going to drink some wine during the meal. So wine during the meal is included. And another thing, as we learned before, so if he usually does it, if he usually does drink the wine during the meal, so he does not have does need to have any specific separate intention. It's like his habit in this case is his intention forever. Continue. If one makes a Borei Hagafen on wine served before the meal, and the table is in front of him, set with wine, which will be used during the meal, it is considered if he has a specific intent, and second bracha will not be required. Okay, so now he drinks some wine before the meal. Meaning this wine, so what we're trying to say, this wine that he drank before the meal, and the meal, it's like two separate, in some sense, two separate eating sessions, right? So for example, we go somewhere and there is a reception. So people drink wine, they make blessing, drink wine, and then they sit down to eat, let's say without bread. I mean, right? Even with the bread, right? So, but it's a separate eating session, right? Even though it's in an even separate room, separate this, separate that, but if one is on the table, well, let's say if it's not separate room, it's the same room, right? But it's I don't know, 15 minutes, 20, half an hour later. So, but that wine was on the table, so it is also included. He does not need, even though he did not have intention, and I'm going to drink or not going to drink, if the wine was there, it's already included. So that's okay, that's good. Next one. Similarly, if one is normally served in the meal, his bracha before the meal will cover the wine served during the meal. Commentary. Note. So I mean, if he knew that they're going to, or that they usually serve wine during the meal. Commentary. Note. If one made bracha achrana, so concluding bracha on wine he drank before the meal, his Borei Hagafen will no longer be effective to cover the wine which be served during at the meal. I'm not sure why somebody would think otherwise, but okay. So we're now talking about situation. So it was, as we said, two separate sessions. One is like reception, and then a formal meal, right? So in this reception, they drank wine, and let's say this person say bracha achrana, concluded blessing after the wine. Of course, for all of the wine during the meal, has to make separate blessing. Okay, I'm not sure why would somebody conclude otherwise. I mean, once you say after blessing, that's it. That bracha initially is expired. That's it. You have opening, you have closing. That's it. Continue. However, if one did not have intention to include the wine, which will be served at the meal, and the table was not set with the wine for the meal, and wine was not normally served at the meal, the second bracha will be required. So I'm not sure. Maybe he's trying to drink less wine. Let's say, right? Person. No. It's I apologize. It's not a good example. That's not what they're talking about. No. Here they're talking about that. Okay, he drank some wine and he did not have any intention. Actually, one second. However, if one did not have intention to include the wine which will be served during the no, that's exactly no. I start speaking correct. So, so he drank some wine, and he did not want to include the wine that would be served during the meal for whatever reason, right? And the table was not set of his wine at the meal. So and wine was not there. As we were given this example of this bowl of fruits, right? Even though he did not have intention to eat pears, but now he wants to eat it, and guess what? It is in a bowl conveniently in front of him, and guess what? He does not need a separate blessing. But in this situation, the wine was not there. He did not have an intention. The wine was not there, and the wine normally not served during the meal. So all of the three situations in which we said we can rule leniently. Now he negates all three of them, and guess what? A second bracha will be required. So he put himself in this situation that he needs to make a blessing. Continue. Even in those instances that the wine served during the meal does not require another bracha, right? Nevertheless, one served after benching will require a new Borei Hagafen. I'm not sure why would somebody think otherwise, but we're going to explain. Therefore, when a cup of wine is used for a benching or sheva brachas, Borei Hagafen is required. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we said that he started drinking wine before the meal, right? And he drank wine during the meal. So all of these are covered by initial blessing, let's say, right? But all of the wine that is made that they bring, right, or they're going to drink after the benching. Benching it's saying Birchas Hamazon, right? So after you finish Birchas Hamazon, like it's like it was beginning bracha rishana, bracha achrana, in this case Birchas Hamazon. So everything that you're going to eat, it's like beginning of eating session, end of eating session. Everything that you're going to eat or drink after that is not included. I'm not sure why would somebody conclude otherwise, but they say explicitly, just so we don't have these crazy ideas that this wine is also included. They say that when you do a blessing Birchas Hamazon over the cup of wine, that's what Shulchan Aruch says is proper. When you have three adult Jews, right, or more, right? That's what we do. It's proper to do over the cup of wine, right? So, and when we finish benching, and now this person, the leader, wants to say the blessing, the one wants to drink the wine, and it's proper to drink the wine, so he has to make the blessing, right? Or he has to make a blessing. 1 second. Just 1 second. What did I want to say? Or okay, yeah. Or they say this idea is sheva brachos. So sheva brachos, after people getting married, they have this custom to say 7 blessings, right? So over that cup of wine at the end of the meal, right? So of course, whoever is going to drink from that cup, he has to say separate blessing.